Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you are doing well. Say hi if you are joining me live. Say hi if you're watching this on the replay as well. I am excited because it's my second live in 2 weeks. So feels good. Well, in 1 week because last live was last Friday. But I think that I'm going to make this a habit. All right. So let me check the comments. Hello, hello. I hope you are doing well. Um, Today, we are talking about specifically how to replace your 9 to 5 income. So, if you were here with me last week, we talked more in general terms on what to sell, how to sell it. But today we're going to get more specific, more focused, and you'll see there's a reason why. And specifically with that goal, which is to replace your 9 to 5 income. Hey, Francis, good to see you here today. And so, I don't know if you've heard that we are in the great locked in season. I just recorded a video about that actually just before going live. So I'm gonna edit it and post it sometime this weekend, I think. But I want us to be more specific, more intentional on our goals because our goals need to be meaningful. Our goals need to be meaningful to us. So my goal doesn't have to mean anything to you. Your goal doesn't have to mean anything to me. And that's the point. It's your goal. Okay. And so you have to approach your goal in a way that makes sense to you. Forget what other people are doing. You are focusing on your goal because, yeah, it's your goal. Good morning, Ice Coco. All right. So, there I'm going to walk you through 5 steps. Okay, I have my notes here. I'm going to walk you through 5 steps. Some of the things you're going to be familiar with, but they are really, really, really important to follow. Hey, Ash. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, I should have. There we go. I always forget that I need to click on the comments for them to show on stage. Hey, hey, Francis. How are you? Good to see you guys here. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Ash. Good to see you as well. All right. I said hi to everybody. Okay. Excited, excited as well. So, what is the first step? You need to figure out, you already know that number. What is your number? What is that income that you need to replace? And let me give you a little bit of a caveat here because a lot of us are looking at a fantasy number because it looks good, because it sounds good, because people refer to the $10,000, the $15,000, the $5,000. Everybody talks about those numbers online. And so we are drawn to these numbers just because people talk about those numbers. Again, you need to pick a number that makes sense to you. It has to be meaningful. And also, because the income that you're making at your 9 to 5 doesn't have to be the income that you seek to make every single month abroad. More than likely, what you need will be lower. More than likely, okay? Not always the case, but that removes a little bit of the pressure off your shoulders because you can, if you want to make same or more if you want, but more than likely you are going to need a lot less. So for example, if you were making 10,000 a month at your 9 to 5, maybe you only need 5,000 now at your new destination, or 5,000 at your 9 to 5. Now you only need 2,500 to live a comfortable, thriving life abroad. Okay, so what is that number that you need, that you want for a life abroad? That number, I need you to write it down. Write it down. This is again, it's going to be hands on. This is pen and paper. You're gonna do some work. Okay, so write down your financial goal in dollars or pounds or Canadian dollars, wherever you are. Write down this amount on your paper. Now, second step, how are we going to make that money? What are we going to sell basically? Again, I have a free resource on the channel on the 21 different ways you can make money in your business online. You can refer to that list if you want, but I'm going to give you a few of those, like the most popular ones. You can do one-on-one. You could do and on a one-on-one on a weekly basis with one person, one client. You can do a live group coaching program. You can offer a course. Maybe it's a live course, or maybe it's a DIY course where people go through it on their own, which is very similar to a digital product. So people get your resources and you don't really have to be involved in the transaction. You created that resource once, and people can just download it, buy it at any time of the day. So that's a digital product. You could do a summit. You can do a lot of different things for your business in order for you to reach your financial goal. So I need you to write down what is the model, the business model that you're going to pick. Here's the thing. You can pick more than one. However, I do not recommend that you pick more than one at the same time. So selling two things at the same time. It I always like to focus on one thing. It's a lot easier to focus on one thing and do it well than multiple things, because you're diluting your energy, your effort, and all of that on multiple things. So focus on one offer. Now, here's the thing, based on your life season, and I'm going to talk about that a little later, you might switch. Like, for example, the summer, you do digital products because you want to hang out with the family. And when it's back to school, September till December, you're back with one-on-ones or a group program, or, depending on your niche, maybe a group program makes more sense than one-on-ones, so you have reasons why you would want to pick one over another. At the end of the day, they're all good. They all have pros and cons. In the guide, I show you the pros and cons of each. The ones that I recommend you start with, again, depending on your niche, it could be a digital product, because that one is the easiest you can do. Okay. And that's the one Francis is saying, digital products. Okay. I like it. I like it. You can start with digital products, very easy to do. You set it up and then it's done. You can do one-on-ones, because for one-on-ones you only need one person and it's high price point. It's so you make more money with less clients. All right. Hi, free flowing soul. Good to see you. Good to see you. So it's really up to you, depending on your style, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your, like, what makes you feel good as well, and the nature of your solution. If it's something very sensitive, like if you're talking maybe about trauma or abuse or things like that, maybe, I'm not saying it's always the case, but maybe a group setting might not work. Maybe a one-on-one could work better. Okay. Or maybe a group setting might work better because your clients would want to be supported with other people. Okay, so it really depends on your niche. Ash is saying done for you services. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, very good. So as you can see, there are different ways to do it, and your way is your way. It doesn't have to be my way or anybody else's way. There are pros and cons to all of them. All of them. When I started my journey, I did not want to do one-on-one. Everybody and their mama was doing one-on-ones, like 3 months one-on-one services. And I still don't really do those. I just don't really enjoy it as much as group settings. Okay. And so I was not selling because I thought I had to promote that service, but that required me to get on discovery calls with people and then trying to convince them over the phone. And I didn't like it. So I wasn't really booking clients. And then I was like, oh man, I'm not making any money. Well, duh, it's because you are offering something that you don't really want to offer. Okay. And so then I created a course, and then I sold the course, and that was great. And then also a few years later, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I can do that. But really, what I would love to do is just work with people, like one person at a time. We get it done in one day, and I fly to their destination, and that's it. And it's one day and done. But I didn't believe that I could do it. I believed that I didn't believe that people would pay for it, and I didn't give myself permission to believe that I could do it. And then my coach really motivated me to to offer it, right? And as soon as I made the decision that, okay, I'm going to do that, and then I signed a few VIP days. So that's what happened. So whatever offer you want to promote, go for it. You have to like it, you have to believe in that offer, on the model, and go for it. All right. So that was step number two, choosing the format, the model of your offer. Number three, this is again where we do the hard work. This is where the math has to math. This is where we remove the emotions out of the equation and we look at, okay, on paper, how does that look like? We figure out the price point of our offer so that we can reach our financial goal. Let's say you want to make $2,000 every month recurring. Okay, so your offer, let's say it's a digital product. What is your digital product going to be? Because a $7 digital product is not a $200 digital product. So let's say you are putting together a course with 7 modules. You've already recorded the videos and everything. So everything is like passive, like you've done it. Now you just promote it. And you want to charge $100 for it. Okay. So how many do you need to sell in order to make $2,000? Grab our calculators. 2,000 divided by 100. I should know that already. Okay. You need to sell 20. Okay. Not bad. Now, for me, I say not bad. But maybe for you, you're like, piece of cake, or maybe you're like, oh my gosh, where am I going to find 20 people? Okay, again, it's very subjective. It's based on you, your capacity to believe, your audience size, all of these things. All right, and so you need to do the math. At the end of the day, I do not want you to change your goal just because you're like 20 people. I don't want you to be like, okay, I'm gonna do $1,000 instead of 2,000. No, I want you to change the price point of your offer or change the offer. Okay, like just because your offer is $7 doesn't make sense to just charge $100 for it just because you want to reach your goal. No, if it's a $7 offer, it's a $7 offer, right? We will have to be we have to be uh true to the nature of the offer. Okay, so now again, write it down, pen and paper. Same thing, same goal, $2,000, and you're like, you know what? I think selling is selling. Whether I'm selling a digital product to 20 people, what if I could just sell one thing to one person a month? I just need one client a month, and I'm going to do something for them, and they're going to pay me $2,000 every single month for it. Or one person, like a 1 day thing. I'm building a website, or I'm building something for them, I'm building an app, whatever it is that you're doing for them. One person, you only need 12 clients the whole year. 12 clients the whole year. That's it. So one person that pays you $2,000, and that's it. You reach your goal. Now, even if you wanted to do payment plans, for example, let's say that they will pay you 500 over 4 months. Okay. But you need to make $2,000 every month because, hey, you have rent, you have bills to pay. Now, instead of working with one client every month, let's say you work with four, and all four of them will pay 500 a month. Okay. Now, yes, you need uh more in terms of like per month because it's the installments that you're getting. But at the same time, if it's something that comes easy to you, which it should, your business should be about something that comes easy to you. And you can build a website in a weekend, or you can build an app in a weekend. That doesn't mean that you need to charge less because it's easy to you. It's still worth the $2,000. But now you have the capacity to take on four clients because you do it over the weekend, and there are 4 weekends in the month, and you reach your goals. So you don't really do anything during the week. You just work the weekends, you do the thing, and it's done. Okay. So that's why, again, the model that you choose has to make sense to you. Does it make sense to you to work with 12 clients only and only accept paying full payment? Why not? It's up to you. It's your business. You do what you want. Or let's say that doesn't work either, and you want to work in a group setting. But because of your lifestyle, your schedule, and none of that, you like the idea of a one and done, like just gathering for 1 day, but you want to do that in a group setting. And by the way, this is how I replace my 9 to 5 income, is with workshops, 1 day workshops. Saturday, um, getting 10 people in there, $500 each, 1 day and done. Okay. So instead of one person paying you $2,000 every month, you will get, let's say, 10 people for $500. Well, not even 500. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The goal is 2,000. So 2,000, let's say you charge 250 for the workshop and you need how many people? 10 people. You're making $2,500. Let's say you charge $200. So 197, 10 people. You make $2,000. A monthly workshop. All you do every month for, let's say, 3 weeks, more than 2 weeks, like 3 weeks, is promoting your next workshop. 1 day workshop. All you have to do is get 10 people on that one Saturday of the month. That's it. So to me, I'm like, psh, yeah, a piece of cake. But maybe for you, you're like, you know what, 10 people, that's a lot. All right. What about increasing the price point? What about charging $500 for the workshop? Now you only need 4 people on that same workshop. Okay. So you have to do the math. How does it feel? Is it doable? It has to stretch you, but it has to be something that you're like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. So look at your numbers. Same thing if your goal is a higher goal. If your goal is 5,000, one person at 5,000 as a VIP day, 2 people at 2,500, 5 people at 1,000, 10 people at 500, 20 people at 250. Okay. So determining if you feel like, you know what, I'm really, really, really set on the model. The model is 101. It will be a lot easier for you to reach your financial goals because 101s are a high ticket offer. Okay. It's you with the person, high value, your time, your life with them. That's in the thousands. Okay. So it'll be a lot easier to reach your goal, but it's also very draining because it's like you have to be there. Okay. If you want to do it for 1 day a month, VIP day, sure, just 1 day a month. That's fine. But also know that your pool of contestants, of qualified leads, is also smaller. The higher the price point, the less people can afford it. Shouldn't be a problem because you know exactly where your audience is, but at the same time, you have to be aware of that. Okay, you don't need as many clients. You only need 12, for example, for the whole year. Let's say you can sign 2 for the first, like in January, you sign 2, and you can put other people on waiting lists. Okay, so you can still have people coming in and wait on the waiting list until you are in the capacity to work with them again. Okay, but it's just 12 people. So you have to figure out, okay, what is your capacity? What is your model? What is your style? What works best for you? Now, again, if you're like, you know what, I'm in a season where I want this to be as passive as possible. I'm willing, able to lock in this next 2, 3 months, create the thing, create the course, film the videos, all of that, the resources, the PDFs, all of it, and sell it in a passive way. Like, I don't want to be live with clients. No problem. The juicier the content of your course, the higher the price point. Like the juicier, not just because of the number of models, but because of the information that's in there, the type of transformation that you help your clients get, then the higher the price points. Okay. So you can still make it happen. But again, you're going to have to know that, okay, what is the price point? Let's say, even if you price it at $500, okay, you need to sell 4. Some people will say, I it's a course, DIY course, so you do it on your own, but I have Voxer access. Like you can DM me, or I can offer a live group call every month, like one, something like that. Or you can send me your questions and I respond via email or at any time. You can add that live support, even though you're not like coaching live. Like all the coaching is done with the material in the course, but you are doing live Q&A sessions every week or every month. Okay. You can build it the way that works best for you. Okay. So know again that you have flexibility. Just because other people do it a certain way doesn't mean that you have to do it that way. That was the trap that I fell in when I started my business. So I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, everybody's doing it this way. Yes, that's evidence that that works, but at the same time, it has to make sense to you, right? So that was the third step, doing the math. Don't change the goal, change the price point or the offer type in order to reach your goal. Fourth step, make it sustainable. Making it sustainable means in the long run, can you do this for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? For one on ones, higher price point, making more money, but they drain you the most because it's 100% um, dependent on your time, on your presence. So it's not sustainable in the long run. In the long run, you want something that allows you to be removed from the equation and still bringing in money, or at least not having to be all in at all times. And this is when you can look at adding a second offer. This is when you can look at, like I was saying earlier, looking at the seasons of life you're in, looking at the whole year, and you're saying, you know what, summers I'm off, I'm traveling with family, so it has to be about the courses. It has to be about the DIY courses that I'm promoting. So I can still serve my clients, but I'm not live. I'm not involved. I'm not even doing live calls or Q&As or anything like that. I'm just pushing for my digital products. Now you have to be aware of what the consequences will be, could be maybe lower income, okay? Because your digital products are priced lower than your one-on-ones or your group program. Back to school, September. You know what? The kids are going back to school. The adults were going back to school. Group program. People want to feel supported, keep accountable, and all of that. Group program would be great to finish the year strong. All right. So having a group program in the fall would be great. January, oh, New Year's resolution. 94% of people will abandon their goals by February. Okay, we're not going to let that happen. Maybe it's going to be one on ones to keep that accountability. Maybe it's going to be a group setting. All right. So depending on the season, depending on your niche, depending on how you help people, what kind of people you help, look at the whole year and look at those seasons when a specific offer would make sense and another offer maybe will not make sense to you or even to your audience. Okay, and that's where you can play with, different offers. That way you keep it sustainable. And that doesn't mean that you need to have 35,000, 3,500 offers. Keep it to two, maybe three offers, but first of all, not at the same time, but also you can add them or remove them in a way that makes sense to you and to your audience. Okay. At the end of the day, you want this to be good to you, to your lifestyle, and you want it to help your audience. It has to make sense to them. Okay. So let me look at my notes here. Yes. So summer digital products would be great. You review your launch plan and your money plan regularly. So you can project yourself 12 months from now, 12 year, like by this time in 2026. How do I want my income to be like? Hey, Marissa, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. What do you want your income to be like? And now you reverse engineer. Last week, we talked about how your goals are not always like this. It doesn't start at 2000 and then it stays at 2000. Very unlikely. Very likely to start, like say at 2000, and then it goes at 3, and then it goes at 25, and then it goes at 5, and then at 4, and then at 10, right? It's not like a straight line up like this, and it's not a straight constant. So being aware of that, knowing where you want to stand, like I need to make 2000 like in order to survive, right? You don't want to make money to survive, you want to make money to thrive. So take that into consideration when you're setting your goal in step number one. You need to make enough money for you to have a thriving life that you enjoy, right? And so when you're setting your numbers, I want you to always review those numbers, always review those numbers, always review the numbers regularly to see what's working, to see what's not working, to see, sometimes you're in a season when you're like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do one on ones anymore. They're really draining me. I don't want to do these group coaching programs anymore. I'm in a season of rest. I'm in a season of, you know what? I want to support my audience, but I don't have the bandwidth to do it. So I'm going to go all in with digital products. Okay. So you have to be aware of these changes, not only in your personal life, but also in the seasons of the year. Holidays, busy season, spring break, busy season, summer, busy season. And how are you going to position your offers depending on the season you're in? Like I said, we've all heard, maybe not all of us, but like I've been bombarding with the great lock in thing. And so we are getting lock in between September and December. What I just talked about today is something that you can get started on today. The point is not for you to spend more time thinking about it and planning, even though I'm a planner and I love to do that. But what matters is implementation. What matters is the action that you're going to start taking today, not tomorrow, today. What is one thing that you're going to do today to help you stay on track with your end goal, which is to make 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever your number is every month. Okay. And again, at some point, we want to make it sustainable. It's okay if at the beginning it's not, because at the beginning, the point is not your 10-year vision, it's not your 20-year vision. At the beginning, what's important is to get started, is to start making money. So don't be so obsessed with, oh, but this is not sustainable. It's okay. That's fine. It's just like when you have a baby, the routines are not really working well the first day. Like when you bring the babies home, nothing is really working, but you are doing what you can right now. And then you set the routines and then they're working and right. So for everything that's new, you get started. That's the most important thing to do. You get started. It's messy, it's incomplete, it's not perfect, but it's done. It has started, right? It's like how do you say that? Um what is it? Done is better than perfect. Yeah, you have to get it started. You have to get something done. You have to post that video. You have to post that post. You have to comment. You have to pitch. You have to do the thing beautifully imperfect, but it has to be done. Okay? So maintenance will come, perfection will come. There's always improvement. My business today doesn't look like it did 5 years ago. You change, your audience changes, trends, the algorithms, new platform. There was no TikTok when I got started, right? And so your business is going to change as well. And you don't need to be locked in on, okay, this is my life business. It's going to be like my legacy business. That's too much pressure on yourself. Get started with, okay, what is the minimum I need to do in order to maintain these numbers every single month so I can sustain my lifestyle abroad? What is that number? What do I need to do? What is the minimum I need to do in order to make that? And I guarantee you, your logo, your website, your photo shoot is not at the top of the list of the things you need to do in order to maintain that. Okay, so there are certain things you will need to do: pitching to be featured on somebody's channel, um, commenting on people's comments on their channel, uploading your own content, interacting with your ideal clients in Facebook groups. These are tasks that will have a direct impact on your revenue. Okay. But the things that have no direct impact to your revenue, forget about them. They're not a priority. They are not a priority right now. They're still good and they're still important. Yes, it's important to have a website, but having a website today will not guarantee you to have a client, because more than likely they're not checking you out on your website, they're checking you out on social media. So do you have a presence on social media? Do you post content on social media? Do you interact on other people's platforms? Do you leverage other people's platforms? These are the things that are like, okay, these should be hot on your to-do list, not the things that are like beautifying your business. Branding colors. I don't have branding colors. I still don't know. Sometimes I'm yellow, sometimes I'm pink, sometimes I'm blue. It's definitely not my forte. I do not like to talk about Canva and do Canva and play on Canva. I keep it as simple as possible, right? And so, what are the things that you need to do today in order to replace your 9 to 5? Being very intentional with those action steps. Okay. Now, there's a video that I did on my channel that was featured in on Arlen Hamilton's channel, and it was on how to make $1,000. I think it was within 30 days or 90 days. I don't remember. It's a video from last year because she did a video on how to do that exactly. But her assumption was that you had an audience. It's great to have an audience already because it makes things a lot easier. However, how do you do that when you have no audience, when you're starting from scratch, right? And so that's why I filmed that video, and she actually featured it on her channel. And so, how do you do that when you have 0 followers? Because there are two different strategies. Your content strategy is going to be different. If you have an audience, you focus on your audience, growing your audience, your platform, your YouTube, your IG, your TikTok. When you don't have an audience, you go look for them on other people's channels, other people's Facebook groups, and you post there, you share there, you interact there in the comments and all of that, right? But you need to have a content strategy, regardless whether you have your audience or not. You need to be strategic on what to post, where to post. That's why one of the bonuses that I have for those of you who joined the 1K30 challenge by this Sunday night is for me to create your own personalized 90-day content plan. Okay, let me show you my calendars here. I have them everywhere. Here we go. Yesterday I just reviewed my I guess it's 120 days. Yeah, I have September, October, November, and December for this year. I love planning. There's something that you love to do that comes so easy to you, but your audience is like, man, they're struggling with it. For me, content planning, I can do it in my sleep. It comes really easy to me, but I know it's very challenging for other people. And that's why I wanted to give that to you. Like if you join the challenge, the 1K30, basically how to make $1,000 in 30 days, we're going to go through the steps of how you do that in a group setting. We start September 15. So this is a group program. This is a different cohort from the previous one that I did in August. And when you join by this Sunday, you get your very own 90 days of content. So, exactly what to post, when to post it, why. A lot of people burn out on social media because they don't know why they're doing what they're doing. They're doing, but they have no idea why. And obviously, if you don't know what the goal is, what the reason, the meaning is behind your actions, you'll do actions. Again, you'll focus on the wrong things. You'll focus on reels about nothing and that have zero direct impact to your income. Just because you hear people say, oh, you have to do reels on IG. Yeah, but where's the strategy? Okay. So putting together your own personalized content strategy, that's my gift to you when you join us inside of the challenge by this Sunday night. Okay. So I'm going to put the link right there so you can go and check it out. There's a paying full for $497 or payment plan, 3 payments of $170. Okay. But at the end of the day, what I want you to understand and to remember is that you have to keep it as simple as possible. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yes, Ash, I love it, right? What I love about the challenge is that everyday activity matters. Everything that you do matters because again, you have to keep it very simple and you have to be very intentional about what you do. And I love that we are all talking about the great lock in right now because when it comes to making replacing your income, you have to be very intentional about the things that you're doing right now in your business. When I studied my business, I was still in academia. I was still a college professor. And so I remember going from class to class, like in between classes on campus, I would go to the bathroom and I would get on my phone and scrolling on Facebook, and everybody and their mamas was posting content, and people were saying, "Oh, I love this, and can you DM me your rates? And I would love to work with you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, people are getting clients, and I'm here, don't have time to do anything." And so what I did, I was posting motivational quotes and Bible verses, and that did zero to my bank account because I didn't know what to do. I was so overwhelmed with everything. I didn't have a content strategy yet. And once I put together my content strategy, then I was more consistent. But my point is that you need to be very intentional, very focused. And like I said, I just filmed a video about the Great Lock In just a few minutes ago. It's not, excuse me, it's not about changing your whole life in a miraculous way. Like, ooh, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. I'm going to find my soulmate. We're going to get married. We're going to have 5 kids. All of that before December. No. And some people online are making it sound like, ooh, you're transforming your whole life. You're setting yourself up for failure. I'm not a pessimist. I'm really an optimist. But I'm also a realist. Like, what is one thing you can focus on and be intentional on and really do it? Really, really being very focused on what you need to do and go for it with accountability, with support, with clarity, knowing exactly what you need to do, the tasks that you need to do. These tasks become your SOPs. They become your guidelines. They become, okay, this is what I do. On Mondays, I batch content. Okay. On Tuesday, I pitch. On Wednesdays, I hang out in Facebook groups. That's my strategy. That's my procedure. You have to be very intentional about the things that you do. So it's not like, oh, you wake up one day and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do today, but okay, nobody signed. Nobody signed up. Well, go back to the task that you were doing. So these next few months, we want to be intentional about the things that we're doing, and we're going to keep track about all the things that we are doing. That way, we're very clear on, okay, this is working, so we're going to do more of this. And obviously, I didn't do this, so hence the results that I got. Okay, so we know exactly why we get the results that we get. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. You can come back as well if you're not live. Those of you who are live, thank you so much for joining me. This was really, really fun. I love talking about that, obviously. One of the part that I really love about um, launching your online business is this part, the math, the figuring out the math part, because it's not really an emotional thing. It's like the math has to make sense. You want to make 5,000? Okay. This is the offer and this is the price point. Doesn't work for you? Okay, then let's change the price point or let's change the offer. It's very cut and dry. It's like, okay, this is it. You just change the equation. The end goal has to stay the same. You're not changing the goal just because you're feeling nervous. No, you change the price point or the offer. That's where you play. That's where you play with. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll come back and answer those questions again. If you want to join the next cohort of the 1K30 challenge, you can click on the link below. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Let me know what is one thing that you're going to do in order to get you closer to your goal of replacing your 9 to 5 income. All right. Thank you, Marisa. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I will continue batching some videos today. I have one more video to film today and then editing one more. All right. I wish you a wonderful Friday and I will be talking to you soon. Ash is saying, the 1K challenge, 1K30 challenge teaches you to be intentional, focus, business strategy, consistency, and so much more. Yes, absolutely. I think focus is the word. Focus and intentionality are the words for this year. My word for this year for 2025 is simple. That's my word. I've kept it very, very simple this year. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Francis. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Thank you for joining. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye, Ash.